In space, no one can hear you scream, but a top bloke can make you squeal. For those people who like their instant action, like your Call of Duties and your FIFAs and Battlefields, this is not for you. This game has a very slow pace. The alien doesn't even show up for about an hour into the gameplay, depending how good you are as a gamer. Now, it just shows up. There's no cutscene, there's no
woodity boodity boo.
It just pops up. So you've got to kind of learn the mechanics of how to beat it straight from the get-go. Well, you can't beat it. I'm lying. All you can do is hide from it and just maybe lure it to some other location. But the sense is that this AI is just going to beat you down anyway. So it's always best to just avoid it when you can. When you first come across the alien, you instantly swallow your erection and go hide and go into the cupboard and go floppy. Because that's what you have to do. There's no excitement here. It's literally, it turns you off. That's fine. It turns you off. The AI evolves with time. I used a noisemaker once to attract the alien. It had a look at it. It was a bit confused and it just carried on its way. I used it again. It ran a bit quicker to it. Didn't really care about it much. Got a bit more aggressive. Started looking for me a little bit harder. Wasn't really keen on doing that again. The androids, they're a bit of a dick. Let's be honest, they're not scary. I usually like to think I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, but the androids are just boring. What the androids kind of bring to the table is just more of an annoyance. You can literally run past them. Some of them, if they're in hordes, can annoy you, but as long as you can go into an event of some other sort, then you're fine. The story is really basic. Basically, you're Ripley's kid trying to find out what happened to your mum if you watched the film, which you should have if you kind of like the Alien franchise. Oh, I just felt a bit sick. Anyway, the game does have its flaws. It's fine for about 2/3 of the film. It's not fucking film, right? Yeah. It's good for about 2/3 of it. In the last third, it kind of you can start to feel the strain of playing this game for that amount of time. Now, what it also kind of does is it gives you a flamethrower. Now, don't get me wrong, it is fun to have the flamethrower, but it kind of, you lose the gravitas of what the alien is. You think, oh, this is my scapegoat now. If the alien sees me, boom, I can just flamethrow it away. There's even a bit where you're walking from one side of the Sevastopol station to a satellite dish. That takes about 20 minutes of nothing. You literally walk from one side to the other, slowly by the way, because you're outside, for 20 minutes. Press a lever, walk back, nothing else happens. It's pointless. I get it, you could have done that in a cutscene. You are trying to make some tension, but enough's enough. We just want to move on to the next section. It's already been heightened. Let me just get to the end. The crafting system as well. I used the noisemaker, that was fine, that attracted the alien, obviously I didn't use it too much. And the torch, the med pack, yeah, fine. But not once did I use maybe once or twice I used the flare, but I didn't really use it that much. And I didn't even use what was it called? Give me a second. Flashbang, yeah, fuck. And the flare, I used it once, and the flashbang, I don't think I even used it once. It was like, I was picking up all this scrap, and I was like, why? I'm not really using this, I'm only going to use my med pack. Let me just move on. What I do recommend is the Crew Expendable DLC. Even though it's quite short, you can probably complete it in about half an hour, it gives you something to the table that the original Alien Isolation game didn't. It forces you into certain... Now, what it does, it forces you into certain situations that the campaign never really brought back to the table. Now, in terms of campaign, I was terrified of going to the events. I would always leave them alone. Not only did they open up and sometimes they sounded like the alien, nice little tip there, they were just an option. You could just go into them. It was a bit of a risk, yes, but you could leave them alone. What they usually do is a little bit of a shortcut. But in the Crew Expendable DLC, it forced you into one. And not only that, it actually told you the alien was in the vent with you. So then you was like, I've got to go into here, and I'm being told which way I am meant to be going. I don't know where the alien is. All I can do is be hope for the best and that I don't eat a spoonful of my own bollocks whilst I'm going past it. It's a shame really that in the original game they didn't force you into any of these situations, put you in your back to the corner, because at the end of the day, the more you give a player, the more he's going to use it. Giving him less forces him into a situation, especially in a horror game, where you think, shit, I can't do anything here, how am I going to get past it? And forces your hand, which makes me, as a person, more terrified. And when I want to get a horror game, I want to be terrified. I don't want to be, I can go here, here and here and defend myself. No, I want to be literally shitting myself. At the end of the day, what I think about Alien Isolation, it had a lot of potential. It still is one of my favourite games because it brings back the horror genre into the 21st century. There is flaws, like I say, but you know, you've got your high risk, high reward, and at the end of the day, this is where survival horror should go. Not your Resident Evils, where it gives you guns, 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 boom, boom, boom. That's not scary. It's 2016, at least when this video was made, and people were going, oh, I'm not scared anymore. But if you give them less, fuck them. I'll make them scared. Because when you're in the back in the corner, in a cave, and all you've got to look at you is a big grizzly bear, and all you've got is your thong, not else you can do. So, pop by the game, enjoy it, get them to make Alien Isolation 2, and we'll have a good time. Don't be a bottom bitch, be a top bloke. This was my review by Billy Thriller. I said that in third person, but I don't care. This is my video, not yours. Watch it, enjoy it. Bye.
Great.
How was that?
Woodity boodity boodity boo.